Hey guys, so looks like it's time again to do another critique episode. Today I'm going to be critiquing your biceps assignments. I gave you photos of different poses, different camera angles, even different body types of the biceps, also the brachialis and the coracobrachialis, but the front of the arm basically. So you guys were supposed to do quick sketch drawings from these photos, and the premium version of this lesson has, I think, about 17 total critiques. So if you want to see more of these bicep critiques, head on over to proko.com/anatomy. The premium course has a lot of other stuff in the main lessons and stuff. So a lot of extra content there. So I'll go ahead and begin. All right, this one is Sonal's work. Okay, I want to talk about cross contour lines because you're using a lot of them, and that's great. I love cross contour lines. It shows that you're trying to think about the forms and how the planes are changing. I feel like I could help you improve your approach a little bit, because there's issues like sometimes, for example, you have this deltoid head and you're wrapping it around this way. Always make sure you're thinking about, is this form coming towards me or is it coming away from me? And I think you're doing that, but sometimes you're kind of just putting a curve to show its roundness, and you're not always thinking about, is it coming towards me or coming away from me, and how much is it coming towards me, and how much is it coming away from me. Sometimes a cross contour line is just going to be straight line because you're looking directly at the form. Like if you take a cylinder and you're looking directly at this bottle, the cross contour line wraps around, but if you're looking directly at it, it's just a straight line. It's only when you tilt it that you're actually going to see a curve, right? So the degree of the curve matters as well. But sometimes you're just curving it the wrong way completely. Like with this deltoid head that I was talking about, it goes back from where it attaches to the clavicle to where it attaches to the humerus. It goes backwards. And so since it'll be going away from us, if we were to think of a cylinder going away from us, we would have to wrap these lines this way. So it's the opposite direction. Same thing down here in the triceps. If we're looking down at this bicep right here, let me zoom in a little bit. If we're looking down at this bicep, which I think is correct, we're looking down at it, we're going to get that, but then why would we then be looking up at the triceps? Both forms are kind of tapering, or they're traveling downwards along the arm. So you would want to wrap this guy around like that. These curves would wrap around the triceps this way. So I want to give you a little approach, because I think you're thinking of each of these muscles as individual forms, which is good, but before you do that, you need to think of the whole arm as one form. So let me show you a simplified version of how I would think of cross contour lines. So let's say we're doing the upper arm. You'd want to start by thinking of the upper arm as a cylinder. Okay, cylinder, blah, blah, blah. And so the cross contour is this simple curve. But then if we want to add the biceps up here, the brachialis, and then triceps, like you did in this drawing here, see how we have bicep, brachialis, triceps, 3 separate forms. We have to think of each one as another curve. But you want to make sure that once you add all those separate forms, that they still reveal the cylindrical form of the whole. And when I look at yours, I don't feel that. I feel like each one of these curves is kind of acting on its own. And it's like this depression in here, and this corner in the middle makes it lose its roundness. It's compressed too much in there. You lost that big cylinder. So now let's imagine those three forms. So let's say this is across, like a dissection of it. And if this is the biceps in there, and then we got the brachialis kind of squishing out right there. And then you got the triceps down here. And this is a very simplified version. This isn't an accurate dissection. Just want to show you the concept here. So, okay, now we got this cylinder, but it's created by these three masses that are kind of squishing together. And then, if I were to continue these forms, there's the brachialis on the surface, there's the biceps on the surface, and triceps. So there's the cross contour of the cylinder. And then I'm going to add a little detail. So there's the cross contour of the biceps. There's the brachialis. And there's the triceps. But notice how it's still following that big form, the ellipse of the simple cylinder. They're all kind of still unified, and they're following the main curve. If you just think about, okay, bicep and then brachialis and then triceps here, you're gonna get a weird layering. You got to think of them all together as one unit. Okay, so I always say when you're drawing things, when you're drawing forms, start with primary, then the secondary, then tertiary forms. And the same thing goes with cross contour lines. Primary, secondary, tertiary. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for submitting your assignments. Always a pleasure. Thanks for submitting all the stuff in the Facebook group and helping out each other as well. I'm not always available to go in there and comment on everybody. I'll try to do a little bit more of that, but I appreciate that you guys are all helping each other, so that's awesome. All right, guys, thank you very much for your support. I'll see you next time.